So you've made a decision that you want better in your life. You want better for your life. I came here today to tell you a very shocking and a very powerful truth. You're about to catch hell. And you're going to catch hell not because what you want is wrong, not because you're desiring to be better and to do better is wrong, but because it requires some things. In order to see change in your life, you're going to have to make some changes. And those changes are uncomfortable. Most people live their lives being content to be discontent and being comfortable being uncomfortable, deciding that as bad as it is, I can deal with this. I'm used to this. I function in this dysfunction. But when you decide on the inside, there's something chiding you, something that's calling you to want to become somebody that you believe you were born to be. Well, that, my friend, is going to require that you're going to have to do some things you don't want to do when you don't want to do it. I hear people often say to me, I just don't feel motivation. I can't find my motivation. Motivation is not a feeling. I'll be saying that till the day I leave here. You Google motivation and said it is a reason that causes a person to do a certain thing or behave a certain way. It says nothing about feeling. We have mistakenly associated motivation with feeling. But when you look at motivation and you think about the fact of you getting up to go to work on a Monday morning, halftime to a job you don't want to go to, you are indeed motivated by the will to eat and live indoors, by the will to have things and to be able to be in control to some degree of your finances. So motivation is just a good enough reason to make you do what you don't want to do when you don't want to do it, because you want what you get when you get it done. And the truth is, in order to see change in your life, you're going to have to make changes on an ongoing, regimented basis. What does that mean? That means success is not by accident, it is deliberate. You will have to make a deliberate choice that I'm going to do this thing no matter what. Why? Because I want it, because I deserve better. And when you believe you deserve better, you can see yourself becoming better. Because in life, you're not going to get what you want. You're going to get where you become. And if you know that you have to become better at working out, better at eating, better at handling your finances, better at realizing and respecting relationships and building relationships that cause you to get where you're trying to go. Sometimes that means getting rid of some relationships. Sometimes that means changing some relationships. Sometimes that means saying goodbye. Sometimes that means forgiving folk that you don't want to forgive, so you can reach out to where you're going. All those things are part of this change that has to happen. So when the Bible says in Romans 12:1, be not conformed to this world, the word there being eons, be not conformed to these times, to the way people think, to average, to the way everybody around you is thinking, to where everybody around you is going, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. What that means is you're going to have to go through a transformation. Your thinking so far has got you where you are. Your thinking that you grow into will get you where you're going. And in order to become better, you have to grow to be better inside out. What does that mean? That means you got to seek out information that's going to cause you to begin to believe that you deserve where you're going and that you're capable of doing what needs to be done. Will it be scary? Yup. But recognize that fear and faith are going to coexist as long as you live. And fear, what people say oftentimes is false evidence of fearing real, fear will always be present. And courage is not walking in the absence of fear, is walking in the presence of fear, fearing the consequence of inactivity more than the consequence of action. What does that mean? That means I'm more afraid of what happens if I don't take this chance, if I don't make this move, if I don't continue to move forward, than I am than what happens if I don't. Bottom line is, time's going to pass whether you get this thing done or you don't. The question is, what are you going to do with the time you have? The one thing the millionaire and the pauper have in common is 24 hours in a day. How am I going to use them? Am I going to use them escaping what I have to deal with, escaping my life, escaping the things that I'm facing right now? Or am I going to go in head on, recognizing that God has never left me nor forsaken me, that I have a reason for being, I have a purpose for being, I have a life to live, I have something to give, I have something to offer the world, and so I can have impact on the world. if I use the gifts God gave me. And when I decide that I'm going to be better, do better, so I can see better and live better, then I'll get this thing done. I want to challenge you today to sit down, think about the things you want to get done, think about the impact they could have on the world, and think about how the world could be made better by what it is you have to offer. Then write out a plan and go to work. And when you get to work, never, ever, ever stop. Recognize that you're going to have to make some changes as you go along, as you grow along. Because as you grow, you're going to find out things on your journey that's going to cause you to have to make adjustments. But it's so much easier to redirect a car moving in the wrong direction than it is to steer a parked one. So get started. Get started transforming your thinking. Get started transforming your perspective. Get started learning and growing and becoming. Get started moving. And every day that you make a step forward, you thank God for that step and declare it's good. Then get up the next day with an agenda and make it happen again. You'll be blessed along the way.